Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me today. It's very prop free, so just have a blanket handy that you might need on occasion. And we're actually going to start kneeling. If you prefer to sit with crossed legs, then absolutely go with that if this isn't appropriate for your knees. But if you're comfortable kneeling, bring your shins to the earth, find a position for the heels to rest roughly against your sitting bones. Let your hands rest on your thighs, or let them be cradled one and the other in your lap. Allow the eyes to fall closed. Relax the shoulders. And start to focus on your breathing. With each breath, letting yourself ease a little deeper into the pose. Letting your seat relax against your heels. Letting the shins, the tops of the feet release against the floor. Checking in that the head is in line with the spine and the shoulders. It's not sticking forward or leaning back. The weight of the head becomes more neutral. Watch your breath as it moves in and out of the body. And think about the area between the toes and the temples. The length of the legs, the torso, the arms, the shoulders, the neck, the jaw, the cheeks. As your mind moves through your body, as it lightly touches each area, invite that space to become relaxed. Take into your practice this morning a sense of ease, a sense of non-doing. Particularly when you find a pose that's challenging or a little bit uncomfortable. See if you can embody that sense of calmness, tranquility. And remember why you're here, to take yourself into slightly different shapes that you normally inhabit. To let your body open, expand, soften. When you're ready to, let the eyes blink open. I'm going to start off in toe squat. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I mean. Tuck all 10 of your toes under, including the littlest toe, which is often the one, sometimes the littlest toe and the second toe tend to point straight down at the floor. See if you can manage to tuck them all under, and assuming you don't have a pin in any of the toes or a metal rod, you should eventually, if you practice this pose enough, be able to get all 10 of your toes nicely tucked. If it's really strong for you, bring your hands to the floor in front of the knees. So you're taking some of the weight off your heels, and then you can gradually increase it to the point that your body allows. And it might be that you stay with most of the weight forward on your hands, or in time, the body might allow you to lift up. As you're here, if you're upright enough, let your head tilt to one side so the ear comes to the shoulder. Whilst we're starting off in the area of the toes, there's no reason why we can't work higher in the body as well. Inhale and bring the head back up to center, and exhale the opposite ear downward. We're not pushing our head, simply allowing it to fall to one side, letting gravity do the work for us. Starting to hike up your shoulders. Encourage the shoulders to be more relaxed, more at ease. And on your inhalation, begin to lift your head back up to center. You've probably had well enough of being on the tops of the toes, or toes tucked under. So untuck them and tap the feet out, replacing that feeling of pain with a feeling of pressure. And then with the tops of the feet flat on the floor, sit back towards your heels. Take your hands behind you and lean back a little. If you can, rest back onto the hands and start to lift the knees up. That might be too much for some people. All you may need is simply to be in this position with the shins staying on the earth. It depends on the way your ankles are put together and how much flexibility there is. If you're able to, you can lift your knees up. You might even find that you can sit upright, but be aware this puts even more pressure onto that ankle joint. We're stretching out not just the front of the ankle, but the back as well. So find the place that's right for you, whether the fingertips or the hands are to the floor. Maybe the hands can be in prayer position in front of the heart space. If it's comfortable for you and you'd like to stretch the back of the neck, you can tip the head forward, bringing the chin towards the chest. But if you've already got enough going on in your ankles, and this is just one step too far for your body, then keep the head neutral. You feel the weight on both sides of your sitting bones. And is it evenly distributed? Or are you tending to lean a little to one or the other side? As you next exhale, let the knees come down to the floor. Come up into tabletop and stretch one leg back behind you, pushing the ball of the foot into the floor and moving away with that heel. So you're not just opening up the ankle, but also opening up the back of the leg. Changing sides, stretch the other leg back. And bring the knees both down to the floor. Inhale, let your belly come down, lift the head and the tail. As you exhale, round the back, drop the head and the tail. Move through cat and cow, or you can circle the abdomen if you'd like to. Bringing a little bit of movement into the spine, starting to wake the spine and the shoulders and the hips up. Bringing yourself back into a neutral position. Coming over onto your buttocks and stretching your legs out in front of you. Take a moment to open the legs, circle the ankles. Bending the knees up and come down to lying on your back. Stretch the legs out. Give yourself a moment in Shavasana, just a very brief Shavasana. Allowing the tissues to recoil and the body to reset. Nothing to do. Nowhere to go. Just breathe. Releasing your focus on your breathing. Begin to prepare your body for movement. Starting small with wriggling fingers and toes, and building up to stretching out the whole body. When you're ready to, bending your knees, either rolling to your side first or making your way directly up to sitting. Bring the hands into prayer position in front of the heart space in honor of your practice. Namaste.